Welcome back, Focus Learners, to another explainer. If you're joining us today, chances are you, or maybe someone you love, knows exactly how frustrating and draining persistent arthritis pain can be, right? Whether it's that awful stiffness first thing in the morning or just an ache that absolutely will not quit, finding relief it's a constant battle. So that brings us to the big question. Can nature actually cure your joint pain? Well, the short answer is that while nature absolutely offers some powerful relief, we've got to treat it as serious medicine. Today, we're breaking down 9 specific herbs, all sourced from medical research, that fight arthritis pain, and we're going to learn exactly how to use them safely. Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today. First, seeking natural relief. Second, healing from your kitchen. Third, topical plant-based soothers. Fourth, potent herbs and hidden risks. Fifth, more than just herbs. And finally, safety first. We're going to break down these 9 herbs logically, moving from the safest ones to the absolute most potent. All right, Section 1, Seeking Natural Arthritis Relief. It is absolutely vital to set the stage here, folks. Natural remedies are meant to be used alongside your conventional therapies for managing things like rheumatoid arthritis, or RA, and osteoarthritis, or OA. They're complements, definitely not a replacement. Now, while the major appeal of these herbs is obviously their natural anti-inflammatory properties, the big takeaway here is that scientific evidence and your doctor's guidance are absolutely critical. I mean, just because something grows in the ground doesn't mean it won't clash with your prescription meds. Moving on to Section 2, Healing from your kitchen. Let's look at some powerful medical compounds hiding in plain sight. Seriously, these are herbs you probably already have sitting in your pantry right now. We're talking about ginger, green tea, and turmeric. Now, just because they're super common doesn't mean their anti-inflammatory properties are weak. Take ginger, for example. The exact same compounds that give ginger its kick are actually fighting inflammation in your body. Then you've got green tea, which is just packed with antioxidants that may help calm the inflammation in both RA and OA. And turmeric. Turmeric contains a super potent active ingredient called curcumin. That stuff has literally been used in traditional Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine for centuries to help with arthritic conditions. But here is the crucial point. Even everyday culinary herbs have side effects when you start taking them at medicinal doses. For instance, if you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, suddenly jacking up your intake of ginger or turmeric supplements can cause some really dangerous interactions. Oh, and high doses of turmeric over a long period? Yeah, that can lead to some pretty significant stomach upset. So we have to be careful. Okay, Section 3, Topical Plant-Based Soothers. Let's shift our focus to treatments applied externally. These are your skin-deep relief options. So we've got 3 fantastic topical options here. First is boswellia, which you might know as frankincense. It comes from the gum of trees native to India and has actually shown real promise in small studies for improving pain and joint function. Next up is aloe vera. What's brilliant about applying aloe gel directly to a sore joint is that you get the anti-inflammatory benefits without the stomach issues that often come with NSAIDs, the standard arthritis pain relievers. And finally, we have eucalyptus. Let's actually break down exactly how to use eucalyptus safely because the tannins in those leaves are just fantastic for bringing down swelling. Step 1, get yourself a neutral carrier oil, something like almond oil. Step 2, dilute exactly 15 drops of eucalyptus essential oil into 2 tablespoons of that carrier oil. And step 3, always do a patch test on your skin first. Essential oils are super concentrated, so you absolutely have to dilute them safely to avoid irritation. Actually, before we move on, I need to point out a massive contrast when it comes to aloe vera. While topical aloe gel is wonderfully safe for your skin, taking aloe vera by mouth carries some serious systemic risks. It can dangerously lower your glucose levels, so if you're on diabetes medication, taking aloe orally is a giant red flag. All right, Section 4, Potent Herbs, Hidden Risks. I'm going to shift the tone a bit here because we're getting into some highly potent and potentially very dangerous plants. Now, what's really interesting about this is the 50% reduction in joint swelling seen in an older small study from 2002. They looked at 40 people with rheumatoid arthritis, and an herb called cat's claw reduced their joint swelling by over 50%. I mean, that sounds like a total miracle, right? But here's the catch. Cat's claw suppresses your immune system. So if you take blood thinners, have tuberculosis, or are on immune-suppressing drugs, taking this herb can cause extreme drops in blood pressure and severe complications. Next up is willow bark. This is basically the nature as medicine analogy brought to life. Willow bark literally contains salicin, which is the exact chemical scientists use to develop aspirin. Because it's essentially nature's aspirin, it carries the exact same risks as over-the-counter aspirin. We're talking stomach ulcers, bleeding if you overdose, and it is incredibly dangerous if you happen to have an aspirin allergy. Finally, we have thunder god vine, which has been used in Chinese medicine for a very long time. The pros? Well, it manages excessive immune activity, which makes it potentially great for autoimmune diseases like RA. The cons, though? It is highly toxic. We are talking hair loss, respiratory infections, male infertility, bone density loss, and birth defects. If extracts are taken from the wrong part of the vine, or if it's prepared incorrectly, it can literally be deadly. Guys, this is absolutely not an over-the-counter supplement. It requires a highly trained, licensed prescriber. Section 5. More than just herbs. Let's zoom out and look at the broader perspective here. Herbs are powerful, sure, but they're really just one piece of a comprehensive, holistic lifestyle toolkit. In fact, the American College of Rheumatology recommends several complementary approaches that carry virtually zero chemical risk. Maintaining a healthy weight and diet takes a massive amount of pressure off your joints. Gentle exercises, things like Tai Chi and yoga, that keep you flexible. Alternating cold and heat treatments can give you some amazing immediate physical relief. And don't overlook acupuncture. A 2021 study showed it actively reduced pain and improved function in people with osteoarthritis. And finally, Section 6, safety first. Listen, the entire goal of this explainer is to arm you with the knowledge you need for your next doctor's visit, definitely not to replace that visit. This brilliantly illustrates our warning about specific interactions. If you take cat's claw with blood thinners, you're risking dangerously low blood pressure. If you combine willow bark with blood thinners, or if you have a history of ulcers, you risk severe stomach bleeding. And if you mix thunder god vine with conventional RA immune meds, you risk severe toxicity. You absolutely must discuss these high-risk drug interactions with your doctor before you even think about starting any regimen. I actually want to read a quote directly from our source material because it really hits the nail on the head regarding herb safety. The FDA doesn't monitor herbs for quality, purity, packaging, or dosage, so there's no way of knowing if a product is contaminated. The bottom line is, natural does not mean regulated. This is exactly why buying only from reputable sources that actually pay for third-party testing is paramount to your safety. Which leaves us with this final thought to reflect on. Are you treating nature as seriously as you treat your medicine cabinet? Herbs aren't just little flavorings or gentle teas. They are potent biological compounds that can literally alter your body's chemistry. I really encourage you to use this information to research further, respect the sheer potency of these plants, and have a fully informed, open conversation with your physician. Stay focused, stay curious, and take good care of those joints.